with this. Thank you for being here. Today I'm going to talk about something that you guys are probably familiar with from the show called The Last of Us, which I find really interesting because it's the first zombie show that actually uses real science instead of saying it's a spore from space. That being said, absolutely no hate to The Walking Dead. I have watched those shows also. I'm just more of a scientifically accurate kind of person when watching TV shows, and I would totally be lying if I said that this fungi doesn't freak me out just a little bit, especially after watching The Last of Us. So let's jump into it. The Ophiocordyceps unilaterus fungus has one goal: self-propagation and dispersal. Researchers think that the fungi found in tropical forests infects a foraging ant through spores that attach and penetrate the exoskeleton and slowly take over its behavior. And as the infection advances, the enthralled ant is compelled to leave its nest for a more humid microclimate that's more favorable to the fungi's growth. It then compels the ant to descend to a vantage point about 10 inches off the ground, sink its jaws into a leaf vein on the north side of a plant, and then wait for death. Several days after the ant has died, the fungus sends a fruiting body out through the base of the ant's head, turning its corpse into a launch pad from which it can jet spores and infect new ants. The Last of Us definitely peaks a little bit of the zombie lore from Cordyceps because there's an incubation period where infected ants appear perfectly normal and actually go about their business undetected by the rest of the colony. It's really unusual for them because social insects like ants usually have something called social immunity, which means sick members get kicked out of the group to prevent the rest from getting sick too. But they don't really have a mechanism to get rid of Cordyceps. The infection is 100% lethal. The goal isn't to convert all the ants into the Walking Dead, but for ecosystems to stay balanced, fungi have to keep host populations in check. Only a few ants in a colony are infected at a given time. But here's where it gets weird and a little bit far from the zombie concept. Research from Pennsylvania State University actually watched fungal colonization in ants from the gaster, the rear end of the abdomen, to the head, and found no trace of fungal cells in the brain at all. They coupled that information with computer algorithms to chart the movement of fungi as they formed a sort of tubular scaffolding within and around ants' muscle bundles. In simpler terms, the fungus casts its mind control through bioactive compounds that interfere with the ant's nervous system and controls host through the muscles, not the brain. And ants aren't the only thing being affected. They can actually infect other insects, as well as spiders, though not all lead to behavioral manipulation. It is definitely exciting looking at all of the extent of how parasites can control a host, but what does that mean about us in the future? Let me know what you think about Cordyceps in the comments, and if it freaks you out. As always, thanks for watching Environmental Easy, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.